Hey everyone, Rayo here, and today I'm bringing you a commentary guide for the Healbrand over 100 CM and 99 CM. This was requested by a couple of you on my Healbrand guide, which if you haven't seen that, then you can check the description for the link to the video. I wanted to give you this video, that way you have something to kind of apply the guide to in an actual scenario. So I played through and I was talking as I was playing, so I did my best that I could. I normally train stuff, but I don't normally explain what I'm doing on my class as I'm doing it. It was a lot more intense than I actually thought it was, so it might seem a little bit jumbled, might be hard to follow me a little bit, so I did the best that I could though, so just let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below and I'll try and clarify. Enjoy. This is going to be a one take, so there's going to be as best I can with explanations, and obviously my grammar there was not too great, so I'm just going to do the best I can with multitasking with explaining what I'm doing as well as completing the encounter. I'm running the Valor variant, so right here I'm going to stack boons, do a quick little boon stack, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to start off with my staff to restack boons right at the start of the fight. And then after this, I'm going to swap to axe, put down axe 2, do my CCs. And we're a little slow with the CC. So I'm going to wait for axe a little bit longer. There we go. Now we're going to go along to the islands. So with this island, I know that CC is going to come up, so I'm just going to proc an Aegis real quick for this attack. And you can see that I'm using my Potence Mantra down to 1 charge whenever I can. Now right here, I'm going to proc some stability. I'm going to do Staff 4, Potence Mantra, Fire Field, Staff 2 for more might. Basically, I'm trying to apply might whenever I can just to refresh the timer. Going to Merciful Intervention for some Fury uptime. Now when we get to this island, I'm going to do some more might with Staff 4. Actually, I cancel cast that because I forgot to put down stability, so I interrupted my own cast. Now one thing that I'm doing here that I really shouldn't be doing, actually no, I'm not doing it too bad, but I want to make sure that I still have like 2 stacks of the healing mantra at all times. I do want to use it every once in a while to upkeep with Fury. Now right here is going to be a lot of burning, so I'm going to go into FotM and I'm going to Condi Cleanse, do some heals. Refresh with Mantra Potence, going to go into Tome F1, Fire Field, Staff 2 to blast it for might. Then I'm going to Staff 4. Then I'm going to help with some CC. And now we're going to go on the islands. I'm also going to drop a portal here to kind of speed this part up. Now I'm going to recharge my mantra. I unfortunately used the final charge earlier, so I had to charge it up, which is not something that you typically want to do. Staff 4. Excuse me, not Staff 4. Tome F4. Ah, crap. Forgot the stability there because I was talking. Now notice how I'm positioning. I'm trying to make sure that I am behind my party and they are directly in front of me the whole entire time. Alright. Messed up my CC there, or my stability there, so I ended up getting knocked back. I'm a little late to the party. So I'm going to get some stability, some more might. I'm going to drop this portal. Then we're going to port. I'm going to start off with stacking some more might. Alright, looks like we're not stacked. There we go. So you can see I can pretty much heal through all this damage with Tome F2, and that was kind of like an oh crap moment, so I went into Tome F2 and I just used all my heals and it upkept the whole entire party. In that instance, I focused a little bit more on healing as opposed to unloading all of my, like keeping up with might uptime, but unfortunately we won't see the boons that were right there at the top, but you can see that I was at 25 might at the end of there, at the end of the encounter for the average, which is pretty good. Oh wait, no, it is still there. So you can see If you look on my bar, I upkept 25 might and 100% alacrity and protection uptime. Now, other people are missing it probably because of islands, maybe misstacking, or maybe I wasn't stacking. There could be a few reasons for that. I had to rewatch the footage to see why exactly I didn't get 100% uptime on everyone else. So right there, I procced a shield shield 5 for just the projectile block, and I condensed it for the heal. Now this part's not anything special. It's just a little between phase. This is the same in all tiers, so honestly just treating it how I would in a normal tier 1 fractal. Nothing really much to say here. After this though, I am going to swap to virtues, which we'll see in a second. And the reason why is because I'm going to bring Wall of Reflection. Shameless self-plugging right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with Staff. I'm going to do a boon stack. Mistlocked Singularity, and then we're going to jump down. And then we're going to start on the far side. Stacking boons. I definitely just used my last heal mantra charge. Alright. A little bit of a rough start on my part, so I'm going to just top everyone up with healing. Going to break my stun there. I'm going to go into my tomes because this is one of those things that didn't start off too well moments, so I want to make sure that I can kind of make up for that to give us a nice... to bring us back to a good starting point. But we actually had really good DPS there, so it ended up really working itself out. Now I'm going to help out with my minimal DPS and no consumables because I'm a bad guy. I don't use consumables like everyone else does. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to save one charge for the field. So I'm going to drop a field, and then I'm going to make sure I blast it with staff. Put down my mantras. I basically, at the beginning of every single phase, just do another boon stack. That's really my goal. Alright. Put up a wall. And now I'm just auto-attacking with the... with Axe and putting down skill 2 when I can. Alright, so I am struggling with supporting right now. There we go. So I went into Tome F3. Tome F3 is fine to use a little bit religiously on this fight. Or to be a little less conservative with it, I think is the word I was looking for. I'm doing a really bad job with stability, honestly. But, because you don't really need it for many moments that are kind of like, oh crap. So I kind of use it as a filler for my reflection. Alright. So I'm not worrying about rezzing anyone here. It's not really a big deal because everyone's going to res after this phase. Not that that really has anything to do with Healbrand. But going to go back into Tome F1, skill 4, going to blast it. Basically a boon stack. That's all we're doing here. Alright, we're going to try and res. Very close there. We're going to get this anomaly down. There we go. I'm going to put down a wall. Alright, we're going to move off. And we're going to go back to this side. So we missed a ball bounce there, so we have to rotate and adjust accordingly. I'm going to put down a fire field. I'm going to blast it. Retop up on might. I'm going to put down my wall. I was a little late with the wall there. I shouldn't have been that late. This is one of those moments where I want to just use some of my cooldowns. I can see someone's really low on health, so I went into Tome F2 because all my on-demand heal skills were on cooldown. So I want to help with CC here. There we go. So I did have some cooldowns available on staff, but making sure that we actually survive the encounter and getting that CC is more important than topping up on might because, well, I guess that's really up to your judgment. Some people will say might's more important. It was so close to the end there. My decision was to just make sure we got that CC bar broken. That way we could have a break from mechanics and we could get that DPS buff. And that way I could actually block any projectiles. And I chose a little bit more of a defensive option just to secure the kill. So now we are going to move on to Arkk. I'm actually going to swap back to Valor, because there's not really a need for Wall of Reflection here, and I like to have Merciful Intervention. That's probably like my favorite skill. It carries very, very hard if needed. And then the extra stability is nice, so I like to be able to have all that stability uptime to prevent the eye mechanic from fearing people away. So just boon stacking. And here we go. Basically starting the fight with another boon stack and getting my charges down to 1, except I'm going to leave my defensive ones down to 2 charges. Alright, so we have this red orb that we're going to Nova launch. Now for this fight specifically, if your group is missing the Nova launches, you can proc your heal mantra. The block from that will help to secure getting the Nova launch there. Alright. That's a miscommunication there. Alright, we are messing this up a little bit. I'm going to do a fire field so everyone can blast it. On this fight specifically, it's very good to put a fire field down first. Alright, CC was a little slow there, but we still got it. It's good to put a fire field down because our Nova launch is a blast, so we want to make sure that we get as much might out of that as possible. So if all 5 of us Nova launch for the CC, that's going to be 5 blasts on top of my staff 2 blast, which will be 18 might, which is a very, very huge amount. Alright. Swap into staff, fire field, staff 2, staff 4, top up on heals. Ooh, I Nova launched really late, so I got to recover for us a little bit there. So I'm going to go into my F2 tome and heal us up. There we go. I'm going to top up on might. I'm going to wait for staff 2 to come off cooldown because F1's almost off cooldown. I'm going to throw down an F1 skill 4. I'm going to do staff 2. We missed a lot of those orbs there. Ideally, we wouldn't want to miss those orbs, but now I kind of got to heal us back up because we missed 3 there, one of them being me as well. Alright, so we have that anomaly up, and I am doomed to explode. Alright. Oh crap, what am I doing? I'm messing this up for my party. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Cool. So I'm going to do fire field. Once again, going to blast it. There we go. Putting down an Axe 2 whenever it's off cooldown. Pretty much an Axe, all I'm doing is auto-attacking an Axe 2 and then doing shield 4 when I can. And if there's projectiles, shield 5. Now since I have Axe 3 for a pull, I'm going to use that to help pull in some ads. That's always a really nice bonus to the party. Alright, so I already used my staff 2. Right here, I'm actually going to go into Tome F3 and I'm going to help block the projectiles. just to kind of help with the group a little bit. There we go. Alright, we got these red orbs. Gonna Nova launch these. And then we're gonna split off. And I'm gonna swap to staff right away because I want to make sure staff is off cooldown. I'm gonna do a tome F1. And I'm gonna do a skill 4 on the ground. I'm gonna staff 2. I'm gonna staff 4. Oh. Alright, we almost missed that CC there. I didn't do any of my CCs. Alright, so we got 20% left of the boss. This boss is going to get pretty intense for this last 20%. So I want to make sure I save my tome F2 for the right moment. I don't want to just waste it. Because I pretty much have one use of it at this point, so I want to use it wisely. Alright, where's my green buddy? There we go. Tome F3. I'm going to throw down a reassurance bubble, which, thank God, that worked at the right time. Now I'm going to do Tome F2 just to secure everything. That was pretty much useless, but if we had any healing that we needed, I went ahead and I just reassured it, and we got the kill. Very nice. Ooh, that got intense. Very intense, but the group definitely carried very well in these situations. Alright, so for 99 CM, I am looking at the instabilities. We have We Bleed Fire. I would normally bring Virtues to bring reduced cooldowns for Well of Reflection, but we also have Frailty and Outflanked, so I want to make sure that I have enough reactive healing. So I'm going to go with Valor, and I'm just going to make sure that I out-heal the damage and be a little bit more proactive when it comes to dealing with the burning damage by using Tome F3 when all the ads spawn from the dome mechanic here. Which, if you're not familiar with 99 CM, you will see what I'm talking about here pretty soon. But there's going to be a lot of fire projectiles that will get burning. Alright, so I'm going to start off with a boon stack. Going to start off with another boon stack. I'm also going to provide stability here as well as an Aegis. We ended up breaking the bar. Very nice. I kind of just wasted my shield 5 there. I do that reactively a lot. I'm going to provide another set of stability. Dodged into my group there to kind of help with the healing. That time I blasted a light field to kind of help with the burning reduction, or the burning condition removal. So that time I dodged again and I put it into the group. And I went ahead and I blasted a light field again just to ensure that I got rid of all that burning. I'm going to provide some stability here because of this mass pull. Alright, so we have a lot of Condis going on. Okay. There we go. I'm going to go straight south. Just going to wait for everyone to stack before I do any boon stacking. So So there I chained my boon stack with Merciful Intervention to help with the res as well as stack might at the same time. Here, there was a lot of projectiles, so I went into shield 5. Now we're going to move over to this Assault Knight. I'm going to be proactive with the projectile orb reflection. And I'm going to dodge into the group here. We're doing a lot of damage to each other by this throw-up mechanic, so I am using a lot of my cooldowns that I don't normally need to use. Alright. So I'm going into Tome F2 here because things are getting a little intense. Alright, I'm going to try and go for this res. Ugh. Okay, Merciful Intervention helped a lot there. We've got to move off this group, or move off this little, Okay, I'm going to go into Tome F3 here, or F1 for some CC. Please tell me that was enough. Good. Alright, we gotta move off. This way, please. There we go. Gonna drop a reflect. Alright, gonna go for this, come on. Ah, no, it's not gonna be possible with all those orbs. But we got 2% left. Alright, and we are going to Healbrand DPS this down. Because we got 1%. 1%. I'm gonna null all these orbs. Gotta recharge my mantras. Because I do not have DPS, by the way. So I need to make sure that I do not die here. Look at those sweet 1K hits. I have no idea how much. Oh, heck yeah. Alright, cool. So, we had a lot of the issues there probably could have been alleviated with stacking a little bit because we were spread out quite a bit. So if we had some better stacking, then that would have been good. So there's going to be a lot of Condi pressure going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to line of sight these ads, and then once we line of sight these guys and pull them around the wall, then I'm going to... Actually, you know what? There's also going to be Condi pressure after this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just some light Condi cleansing here. By light, I'm not going to use my big cooldowns. I'm going to save my tomes for the next part. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to focus on dodging into the group. I'm going to try and CC the ads as much as possible. I'm also going to try and maybe not die. This whole talking while playing thing and explaining what I'm doing is a little bit more difficult than I thought it was. But it's going pretty well. Alright, so now this next part is definitely going to have a lot of Condi pressure, so we're going to pull these guys. I'm going to go into Tome F3 preemptively, and I'm going to drop my skill 4, and then a dome once I am able to. I'm going to drop another 4 to kind of help with alleviating all this Condi damage. That'll give me a chance to actually heal it. And that really just helps with sustaining through a lot of heavy Condi pressure. Resistance is a very strong boon. All right. I don't know why I idled there. I don't know what I was waiting for. I could have just gone in to cap it, but for some reason I was waiting for something. I just don't know what. Ooh. The smart AI ended up blocking or blinding my CC. These are some big brain AI right now. Alright, so I'm going to be bringing Valor again for this fight. Mainly because of outflanked and frailty. I want to make sure I have enough like instant healing. And because I like to make sure I can bring Merciful Intervention and get the most out of it, and also have the stability and all that good stuff. So normally I would bring Virtues once again for this, for the Condi clear, and I would bring Restoring Reprieve normally, but I think Merciful Intervention helps out a little bit more in this fight. So, once again, I'm going to stock up on some boons, do a little boon stack, save my defensive mantras on 2 charges. I used my shield 5 there for the We Bleed Fire. I think probably for the first time in this entire fractal. I should honestly be doing that a little bit more frequently, because We Bleed Fire is a lot of damage, and any damage that you can prevent is a huge help to yourself. So you want to make sure that you are consciously trying to prevent damage. Now I'm going to swap off to Staff, Tome F1, Skill 4, Staff 2, Blast it. Going to blast the Light Field for some extra Condi cleanse. I used my shield 5 there to kind of help with CC. I probably should have saved it for that We Bleed Fire, but looks like only one person got hit by it, and the Condi is already gone, so didn't miss out too much on that. All right. I used my shield 5 as a push to give us temporary relief from this guy. This guy's pretty dangerous, actually. Oof, yeah, I cannot... this time I went to... Alright. Let's see. This time I put down a shield, or Tome F3... Skill 4 for the resistance, because you can see there's a lot of Condi pressure. This Nightmare Hallucination does a stupid amount of Condi damage. And just a lot of damage in general. But we ended up clearing him, so that's good. Gonna blast the fire fields for some more might. Now whenever we get into a low man situation like this, I try and play a little more defensive. So there I put down a light field first for the Condi cleanse, the area Condi cleanse. Now I know I had staff 2 and staff 4 there. I'm going to pick up this metal bar. Oof. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I'm charging a mantra right now, so I can't really... Oof. Okay. Wow, that was very, very clutch moments. Dodging into the group and Merciful Intervention over to them. Dodging onto the group again. That was a nice 2.2k heal. I'm going to go into Tome F2 and just drop a skill 4 for the healing field. And then I'm going to preemptively clear some boons here. We have some more boons to clear. And this should be it. This should be it. Yes. Very good. Very good. Oh, it's like I'm giving myself a pep talk in the middle of the fight. Man, that got intense. But our group did really good with staying stacked and not panicking and keeping everything cool in the last few percentage there. So that's always a huge boon. All right, so now we're moving on to Ensolyss. So definitely going to stick with Valor on this one. So going to stack some boons. Awesome. And then going to start the fights. Stack some boons again. Always trying to top up on might whenever I can. Drop Axe 2. Shield 4 for some protection and Aegis. And I did a dodge roll there, and I used my heal mantra, my potence mantra, to get it down to 1 charge, and my stability mantra, because that attack is a big hit as well as a knockdown. So I wanted to ensure that no one got knocked down, and that if we did get hit by it, we would block it and heal at the same time while I dodged and healed. That way at the end of my heal, I timed it so that way it landed after he did the attack. So if anyone did take damage, they would have been healed up after the damage, and it wouldn't have healed before the damage proc. Alright, so I'm going to swap to Staff, skill 4. Blast the fire field, basically doing a boon stack. So if you haven't caught on at this point, basically every time I swap to Staff and I do a skill 2, I do my best to pair it up with a fire field, and I basically just do a mini boon stack rotation. That's pretty much what I do every single time. And then I always try and finish it off with a skill 4 as well. So, beginning of the phase, skill 4, blast the fire field, Staff skill 4, pretty much a whole entire boon stack rotation, swap to Axe shield, do Axe 3, shield 5 to help with CC, Axe 2 for Fury uptime. I'm going to hang on Axe and shield, help with some CC and another Axe 2. I think my CC was just a hair late, but I'm going to swap to Staff, because Tome F1 is almost off cooldown. Dodging onto the group again there. And then I saw someone got hit. So, Tome F1, skill 4, blast it with Staff 2. Swap into Axe shield. That time I just used the shield 5 as another heal, so I put it up and then I detonated it. F1 skill 4, blast it, Staff 2, Staff 4. We're going to phase here at 33, cool. So whenever we're about to phase and stuff like this phase is going to last like 20 seconds or whatever it is. So I want to make sure that my staff is swapped to and the weapon swap is off cooldown. That way I can do my boon stack rotation and swap to Axe shield immediately. And also the staff is where my majority of my heals are, so I want to make sure that that's good to go. Alright, so it looks like we have some down, so let's see. We're almost done with this. So now I'm going to use my cooldowns. Okay. There we go. Tome F1, skill 4, going to blast that. I did my Staff 4 prior to that because my Staff 2 was on cooldown, so I kind of just mixed up the rotation a little bit. Alright, going to help with CC. That was a very, very, very close CC. This is a clutch moment, so I used all my cooldowns. I'm going to go into Tome F2 to heal everyone up. There we go. And now everything is back on a normal playing field, just I have a lot of stuff on cooldown. Alright, so I'm going to go in there even though it's in the middle of the mechanic because I would rather make sure that he is still in down state as opposed to full dead. I'm going to see if I can get a cheeky little charge in here. Awesome. Another little cheeky charge. Oh yeah. All right. Where is our... There we go. Okay. Gonna give stability. Heal up a lot here. Now basically what I'm going to do here is tome F3. This is a pretty easy part of the fight, and I'm just going to give all the stability that I can. And then I'm just going to go into my tomes and burn them all just to ensure the kill here. And there you have it. And that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope that this could help you see how I use Healbrand in an actual scenario in a pretty intense PvE scenario as well. But like I said earlier, if you have any questions, then feel free to drop them below in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. But if you would like to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to my channel as well as hit the bell icon for notifications for whenever I post a video. You can also follow me on Twitch and Twitter, which links to those are also in the description. And if you would like to experience Heart of Thorns, Path to Fire, or just make a new account for free, then make sure to check out my video description for a link sponsored by ArenaNet to do so. Once again, guys, I'm Rayo. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.